Hi, my name is Annie Whitting, and today I'll be talking about food insecurity and food waste in the United States. Why is the United States recognized as one of the most developed countries in the world, while millions of our citizens are hungry and in need of food? Today I will speak about the national issue that is food insecurity and food waste in America. Every day, men, women, and children go hungry even though we have the resources to feed them. To feed the hungry in America, we must lessen annual food waste and initiate food donation across the board. Food insecurity is a big issue in America. In the U.S., over 38 million people are food insecure, 12 million being children. What is food insecurity? According to the healthaffairs.org, food insecurity is defined as a condition in which households lack access to adequate food because of limited money or other resources. The USDA gauges food insecurity through responses to 18 survey questions that were fielded to over 48,000 households in the Food Security Supplement of the Census Bureaus. The questions range from worries about food running out before more money can be got before we get money to buy more, which is considered the least severe, and has your child ever not eaten for an entire day because there was not enough money for food, which would be the most severe. There are 4 levels of food security: high food secure, marginal food secure, low food secure, and very low food secure. 1/3 of the total food insecure households are very low food insecurity, which is the harshest form of food insecurity, which means 1/3 of the food insecure households in the United States have inconsistent eating patterns and reduced food intake. Food insecurity is one of the leading health and nutritional issues in the United States. Research done by healthaffairs.org links food insecurity to anemia, birth defects, anxiety and aggression, and cognitive problems, along with higher risks of depression, suicidal ideation, and behavioral problems, and many more. In America, we have enough edible food to feed everyone, man, woman, and children. But people are still going hungry every day. America is one of the most advanced and prosperous countries in the world, but we cannot feed even our own citizens. Now I'm going to talk about food waste in the United States. Each year, an estimated 25 to 40% of food processed, grown, and transported food is wasted and will never be eaten. This equates to over 72 billion pounds of food and $165 million of economic value. While some food waste is unavoidable, a lot is unnecessary and could be prevented. Food waste can be found everywhere, including restaurants, farms, consumers, businesses, and transport. At farms, lots of perfectly fine food is discarded because of visual imperfections, overproduction, and inadequate cold storage. At the retail level, many shipments of food is discarded because they do not meet the adequate visual standards, even if the food is edible. Waste occurs in homes too. Food labels, use by, and best by dates can be very inconsistent and can confuse a lot of people because they do not understand them and can throw out the food prematurely. We also tend to overbuy food and it ultimately goes bad before we can eat it. The biggest issue is waste at restaurants and businesses. Millions of pounds of perfectly fine food is thrown out when it could be donated to nonprofits that give free food to the hungry. A quote from a Natural Resources article claims, "Hunger and food insecurity exists in the United States not because our nation lacks adequate food supply, but because systemic inefficiencies, such as those that contribute to the nation's large volume of food waste, obstruct hungry Americans' access to wholesome food." It is estimated that 30% of the annual food wasted could be used to feed the food insecure a complete diet in America. Laws and implementation. Since we have enough food and resources to feed everyone in America, why are people still starving? Many businesses worry about the possible legal repercussions of donating food and are under the assumption it is not okay to give food to the needy. In 1996, Bill Emerson Bill Emerson's Good Samaritan Food Donation Act was passed. The bill provides liability for people who donate food that is apparently wholesome to nonprofit organizations that feed the hungry and food insecure. The bill also covers liability for nonprofits that receive the goods. The USDA defines apparently wholesome foods as food that meets all quality and labeling standards imposed by federal, state, and local laws. Food that was served cannot be donated, but as long as the food was not served, it is safe to donate, as long as it follows all of the guidelines. The act is a safety blanket for people that decide to donate food to nonprofits, as long as they knowingly donate food that meets all the necessary requirements. Even with the act in place for over 25 years, many businesses and restaurants do not donate their excess food. A 2016 survey showed that many businesses still worry about the liability concerns that come with donating food, regardless of the bill, and will not take the risk. It also seems there is not enough awareness about the Good Samaritan Act, because people are not aware the act even exists or what it entails. What's the next step? What can be done to feed the hungry in the United States? We need to make feeding our citizens a priority and stop turning a blind eye. We have the resources to eliminate hunger in the United States, but we need to put it in action. The existence of the bill needs to be more well known. Enough people don't know about it or know what the bill entails. The bill needs to be updated to be more comprehensive. The bill is very vague, and some are confused in what is protected by the bill. Food that will be thrown out due to visual infections and overproduction should immediately be donated, as long as they follow the required qualifications. I don't understand why we still let people in America starve even though we have the resources to feed them. It's time that we take action to feed those in need. Hunger is an enormous issue, with 28 million people being food insecure in the United States every year. It is estimated that we have the food and resources to feed all of our citizens, but because of unnecessary food waste and inadequate action, our people are still hungry. Up to 40% are grown, transported, and processed food in the United States goes to waste annually. It is not a question of if we can solve American hunger. It is now a question of why do we allow American hunger. Thank you.